Typically, the final week or two of September has been something that we've been keeping a real close eye on here at My Haunted Hotel, because when we started the project, we recognised a pattern. And it all came from Harry's eyewitness account from owning the building for the last 13 years. Here at My Haunted Hotel, the end of September ties into a period of Chester which was of major interest. The Civil War battle at Rowton Moor actually happened during this period. So the city at that time would have been under great stress. The siege, people would have been locked within their buildings, their houses. There was plague that happened here as well. And if you can imagine the residual energy that is spreading through the entire city during that period, does it still resonate to today in this modern era? Now, I have investigated Chester so many times and the various haunted buildings around the city, and I've started to notice that there are patterns around the end of September. Stanley Palace is another famous haunted building within the city, and I remember the end of September, beginning of October being highly active. So is this something that doesn't just relate to here at the Old King's Head, but also relates to other areas of the city? Over the last month, we have seen the experiment of the sword going back into room 4, but not only room 4, it has moved around the building. And to be completely honest, not a lot happened. We did get that strange audio spike within room 4 when Harry, Brett and Dan were actually bringing the sword from the bar, and that measured in a scientific way because we actually saw the static energy on the atmospheric readout spike to a humongous level.
One week later, another strange moment was captured in room 4, which once again highlights the strange static energy within this room.
Did you enjoy the sword being back in this room? Did it lay this building to rest?
Did you enjoy the sword being back in this room? Did it lay this building to rest? Did it bring peace? Please tell me.
What the hell was that?
What the
That's not done that the entire time I've been using it. Like interference.
That's static. That's what I got on my microphone. That is now science backing up paranormal events. It doesn't get much better than that. But also we moved one of the most famous items in the entire country, the Grace doll. There are so many theories surrounding this item. It's been a 6-year case for me. And we all had high hopes that moving the item around the building would potentially spike something, because we have to remember here, the last time the Grace doll produced anything of significance was last Halloween. Now make of that what you will. Very, very strange, but in terms of actual evidence, is one of the best things I've ever seen, because you hear it very clearly. A girl screaming, almost what sounded like the door rattling, and some kind of almost like water dripping within the room. But since then, the Grace doll has been so quiet, and that experiment of moving it around the building just didn't produce anything at all. But it never stops here at My Haunted Hotel. Just like the manor over in America, there are constant experiments, constant theories being experimented with here, and we now move on. The guests are experiencing little moments, tiny things that are happening, and some big moments as well.
Take a look at this moment in room 1 on the 5th of September, which these guests didn't even hear at the time.
I've gone past him, I didn't hear us at all then.
No, we really didn't, did we? No, we really didn't, did we?
Yeah, I just want to play this back to you. Okay. So, you know when they radioed and said, oh, we just heard a baby, were you watching something on your phone?
No.
Okay.
We were listening back to a
we did EVPs. Right, so if I play this back to you, you'll be able to tell me if you heard this in the room or if this was what you were listening to.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? I didn't hear that at all. No, I didn't hear that at all. We were like, that sounds closer to the camera than they are. And I don't know, we didn't know because you're on the phone, we thought, is there something that's like, you know, sometimes you've got your volume on and you scroll, it like comes up, but it's so clear. Play again. Oh my god!
Just a few days earlier, guests witnessed this in the same room.
If that was you, could you knock a little louder, please? What was that? If that was you, could you knock a little louder, please?
We are now approaching that time of year, and over the period of what we call spooky season, will we see an eruption for the third year in a row? We await to find out. Another aspect to My Haunted Hotel is the ability for viewers to tune in live on a daily basis. And it is these live cameras which recently have captured some huge moments during a team investigation.
The main thing here at the project is that we use live cameras. We view back people's nights and events here live in our control room at the venues here at My Haunted Hotel and over in America at My Haunted Manor USA. And the benefits of this is that we can actually go live to you guys right at home for our investigations. And we've started doing that once every now and then through our subscription service at My Haunted HQ. And we will be doing some others here right on YouTube as well. And the benefits of this is just amazing because it means that you can watch everything happen live as we see it. One of these lives was actually last Sunday when we recorded Saz, Gibbsy and Dan doing a live investigation right here at My Haunted Hotel while I controlled the whole thing and produced it all live for you guys at home, and we had some epic moments.
The live that we did on Sunday the 8th of September was incredible. Everyone knows who watches and is interested in the paranormal knows that it doesn't happen to order. We were really lucky on this night. It started from the get-go in room 6. We were talking about another child that maybe we haven't spoken to before in the building, and we got incredible knocks in the room with us. Brett checked all the other cameras. It was the loudest in the room with us. And then an almighty bang from somewhere. Gibbsy went off, tried to debunk it. We couldn't find out where the noise had come from.
It's only subtle, but there is
so
sound
is it
movement.
one of the children that we'd never really have spoken to, or we?
Wow, that was upstairs.
I felt that on the floor, but it was like room 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got goosebumps. I hope you all heard that at home.
But there is
so
sound
is it
movement.
one of the children that we'd never really have spoken to, or we?
Wow.
Please, would you do it again for us? We'd love to carry on communicating with you.
Oh my god! Pretty much as soon as we started within room 6, everything just went absolutely wild in this building. And it's a prime example of just how special this place can be when it delivers.
I went outside to have a look and the fire escape was open, but Saz had closed it earlier. Now, that fire escape, you can't, it's not like a standard fire escape where you push the bar down, you've got to like lift the latch up, and it's a faff because it's an old fire escape. That was really cool. I think we moved then into the corridors, and there was a lot of noises in the corridor. It seemed like there was things happening either side of us, down the corridor towards 7.
We were told that that item would sometimes fall over, and if it did fall over, someone who owned it would have some sort of misfortune. What the was that?
What was that?
One of the other major highlights for me during that investigation was we were in room 2. We'd set up REM pods throughout the corridor. We were sat calling out and we heard one of the REM pods go off. But not only that, in quick succession, the next one went off, like something had walked down the corridor outside the room. Incredible to capture, and I've not experienced that in this building before.
What?
REM going off.
That was a whip.
Oh my god, that's two of them.
That's
the
from that one
1-6.
to the next one.
I'd set a REM pod up in the corridor between room 8 and room 7, and then one outside the door of room 2 where we was actually investigating. And the REM pod outside of room 6 went off. A few seconds later, the REM pod outside of room 2 went off as though something had passed both REM pods.
I don't know what it was about this night, but it seemed as though we were getting a bit of everything. There was knocking, there was bangs, there was movement, there was footsteps.
What was that? What was that?
Footsteps?
What were the noises outside? 'Cause I could hear them from the control room.
Yeah, footsteps, Brett.
What?
That was like movement and some sort of dragging noise.
Yeah, like a dragging sound, yeah.
You have nights like this on the live where things just seem to happen, repeat, like one after the other, and you don't really know where to put yourself for the best. And then, of course, you have nights where nothing happens. I had one the other night with guests, and the silence that I felt in this area of the building, in the brothel section, was like a level of peace that you don't really get to feel full stop in life. It just seemed quieter than quiet.
Obviously, this is documented over the last few years, 24/7. And of course, we've got the show, we've got all the highlights that go out, but this gives people that real opportunity to actually witness in real time exactly what this building can deliver.
Rumble on the floor.
What is that?
Is that thunder outside? Did you feel the floor shake?
Yeah.
The floor shook.
That was weird.
There.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is crazy.
An earthquake.
What is that?
What is moving the building?
It literally feels like we're being picked up and moved.
It does, yeah.
The beauty of these live events that we do is that everyone at home that is watching on My Haunted HQ is there with us. They join the chat on Discord, we speak to them, we take suggestions from them, they interact with us while we're investigating, and it is definitely one of my favourite parts.
Now with more documentation than ever before, not a moment is missed here inside the world's most haunted hotel. And whether you are watching from home or visiting in person, our goal remains the same, documenting eyewitness accounts. We await to see how the month of September unfolds, and whether or not this familiar pattern emerges. And as October approaches, and the famous My Haunted Hotel Halloween party, we will see you soon.